Inductees for the 2017 Texas Sports Hall of Fame were introduced to the crowd of close to 50,000 fans at AT&T Cowboy Stadium before the DeSoto versus Cibolo Steele Class 6A Division II title game. Legendary coaches like Euless Trinity Steve Lineweaver, Eddie Peach of Arlington Lamar, and Frank Arnold at Converse Judson were among the coaches. The athletes on hand began with the likes of Tommy Joe Crutcher of McKinney, Temple Dunbar's Mean Joe Green, Lovey Smith out of Big Sandy, San Antonio Homes product Johnny Walker, Rockport Fulton's Dat Wynn, and Lufkin's Reggie McNeil. They got to see some future star players like 6'2", 195-pound DeSoto quarterback Sean Robinson. More on him in a moment. Perhaps you prefer the running backs. Well, DeSoto had plenty of them too. Richie Washington and Jamone Williams can carry the rock, as well as Keelan Walker, who scored the game's opening touchdown, and DeSoto was up 7-0. Robinson is verbally committed to TCU, and the Frogs are getting quite an athlete. Robinson can run, throw, and makes great quarterback decisions. Here he calls his own number and picks up a 17-yard touchdown run as the Eagles were soaring early, up 14-0 after one quarter. Scott Lenhoff's Cibolo Steele Knights needed points and a long drive to give their defense a rest. Mission accomplished as the boys from Church Cibolo Universal City ISD went to work and set up a Matthew O'Brien 23-yard field goal to cut the Eagles' lead to 14-3. Meanwhile, Robinson continued to run the zone read play to perfection. Take what the defense gives you, right? Nice run for Sean. Robinson mixing in the pass as he connects with one of his standout receivers, Laviska Shenault. But Robinson is not perfect, as his next pass is picked off by Cibolo Steele defensive back Javion Cardwell, and he races the other way. But you have to tuck the football away. It's stripped, and watch as the nimble 300-pound Antondre Smith somehow stops his momentum and catches the football on its way to the ground. That's a turnover. Eagles back in business with a new set of downs. DeSoto would stick with the ground game as Keelan Walker got most of the carries as the Eagles pounded the football down around the goal line. Walker then got behind the huge offensive line of DeSoto, and number 6 is called on again to finish off the deal. Walker with the touchdown run, and it was 21-3 Eagles. Keep in mind, Cibolo Steele has reached the state semifinals in 3 consecutive years, but would the third time be the charm? Seeking the first state title since 2010, Texas Tech commit Xavier Martin would guide the Knights through the air and with a little help from his friends. Nice run after the catch by Caden Stearns. Then facing 4th and 5, Martin connects with his running back, Brendan Brady, who picks up the first down and more. Martin would call out his own number from 15 yards away, and it's a touchdown. The extra point would make it 21-10 as the Knights were within 11 points. But 3 minutes and 55 seconds is a lot of time for DeSoto. The Knights would need to clip the wings of the Eagles before the half. That starts with limiting Sean Robinson, but the tough thing about stopping Robinson is that he can beat you with his arm and his legs. Here, everyone is covered, and Sean takes off running, picking up some good yardage before being hit. Robinson with 18 carries for 201 net yards rushing. He also had 222 yards passing, including this short pass to one of his favorite targets, K.D. Nixon. Robinson was moving the Eagles down the field with short pass plays as he connects with Jam Williams here. The chains were moving as DeSoto moved into the red zone. Robinson with a nice run, and most importantly, he got out of bounds. Eagles trying to soar before the half, and watch the time tick as Robinson's pass is dropped by Keelan Walker, but there was 1 second remaining in the half. You don't want to give DeSoto another opportunity. Watch as Robinson avoids a sack and fires a 28-yard bullet for a TD pass to Nixon, who was open in the back of the end zone, and it's a touchdown reception with no time remaining at recess. 28-10, DeSoto in the lead. That would prove costly.
At halftime, you know, I told the kids, we played Steele before, and 2 years ago we were up, same way, and they came back and did the same thing that happened tonight.
Yeah, we're down 28-10. Get up the score before half that could have broke a lot of teams' backs, and I said that we're not built that way. You know, we're going to fight, and we're going to show our heart, we're going to show our character in the second half, no matter what the score is. And sure enough, went out there and gave ourselves a chance.
No real adjustments. We were just like, you know, we got to go play. Like it's still a ball game. Like there's still 2 quarters. We can win this.
The Knights came out firing in the third quarter. Following a turnover, Cibolo Steele would capitalize as Xavier Martin connected with C.J. Williams for a 45-yard touchdown pass play, cutting the Eagle lead to 28-17. DeSoto would answer just over a minute later as Laviska Chenault takes the ball and gets a block, and he's gone. 51 yards for a touchdown, and just like that, DeSoto was back out to an 18-point lead, 35-17. Steele wasn't through in the third quarter as Martin rolls out to his right, buying time, and he puts the ball up high for Brendan Brady, who makes the catch and dashes into the end zone for a 34-yard TD pass play. Now hold everything, there was a penalty. The officials ruled that Brady was pushed out of bounds, so the touchdown stood.
It's kind of a broken play. My quarterback actually said he was trying to throw it out, but it looked like it was coming towards me, so I was just like, might as well catch it and try to make a play out of it, so that's what happened.
The two-point conversion by the Knights to cut it to 4 was off target as Martin's pass is a bit high, 35-23, Eagles up by 12 points. The Knights needed a defensive stand, and they got it as Sean Robinson was taken down by Juan Henry. The Eagles would punt. Steele would take advantage again as Martin takes off running and scores from 20 yards out for a TD. Steele, not content to be down 6, would go for 2 again, but the tomfoolery fools no one as Onyx Smith's pass on the end around is incomplete. The score remains 35-29. Juan Henry and the rest of the Knights defense got the ball back to their offense and then cheered from the sideline. Knights QB Xavier Martin with the ball, but he tried to do too much with it, and he's hit, loses the handle, fumble. DeSoto recovers, and half of the crowd of close to 50,000 went wild, at least on the Eagle side.
Xavier trying to do probably a little bit too much and just trying to make a play, and we fumbled the football there.
DeSoto, with great field position, drove into field goal range with 2:10 remaining. Facing 4th and 8, Todd Peterman elected to kick the short field goal as C. Gonzalez connects on a 24-yarder, and it was 38-29 DeSoto.
You know, in years past, maybe we're going right there. But, it really wasn't a decision. We needed to kick it, go up 9, and, have a chance to finish it off.
The Steele offense needed to score quickly, facing 3rd and long. Martin finds Trayshawn Thomas open, and he makes the catch, picking up the first down. Then Martin goes to the corner of the end zone where one of his favorite targets, Caden Stearns, was waiting. But watch the athletic play by Jamon Green, who tips it away at the last second. One more shot, Martin rolls out, giving his receivers time to get open, then throws this ball towards the back of the end zone. But another great athletic play by the DeSoto secondary proved to be too much as Isaiah Stewart knocks the ball away. That's the game. The Knights' valiant effort comes up just short. The Eagles soared a victory 38-29 to capture the 6A Division II crown. Steele finishes 14-2, and it's the first state championship in football for DeSoto in school history, completing a perfect season at 16-0. Let's hear from both teams.
Being on varsity 4 years and just seeing the community come out every year, and then we actually failed, but we came up back 4 times and got back up. I think the community would love to have this, and then our Coach Peterman, he believed in us, and we just fought. It feels good.
This is what we've been working for since we were little, ever since I've been young. This is all I do.
Sean wasn't given anything. He had to earn it. And these guys know that. They love Courtney Douglas, our other quarterback. Had he been gifted anything, these guys wouldn't have respected that and they wouldn't have played for him. But he wasn't given anything. He earned it.
Extremely proud, 14-2, being here in this game and having a chance is what you ask for. And, just like I said, proud of our kids, proud of our coaches, proud of our program.
All we wanted to preach tonight was just fight. We're going to take some hits, we're going to take some blows, and we got to keep going, and that's it.
At AT&T Cowboy Stadium, Jeff Power, Lone Star Gridiron. LoneStarGridiron.com. Access the complete history of Texas high school football, over 100 years of information, win-loss records, coaching histories, individual stats, records, and more. Lone Star Gridiron, the authority on Texas high school football.